Hello, friends, and welcome to our first AMA, I believe it is. Now, I've answered questions before in channel updates and vlogs, but I think this is our first official full video, so this will be replacing the channel update this week. First off, I would like to say we'll have a live stream this upcoming Friday, so that way people know we'll be doing it at our regular time, regular place. And now that we have that out of the way, I would love to give a shout out to Brutal Skate Squad. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. This is a shout out to you for watching and commenting and liking the videos. So very much appreciated. Thank you for watching, and it is a pleasure to see you. Okay, so a big shout out goes to Backon Lazer for submitting all of these questions, really. It was a very small handful, but still, thank you so much. And we may actually have another AMA later on down the road, depending upon any more interest. So with that, let's go ahead and get the questions started. First question, what do you think is the best game you've ever played? Give an answer for both gameplay-wise and story-wise. Well, first I'm going to go with story-wise. It's really a toss-up. I was a big fan of the Final Fantasy series. Final Fantasy VI was a really good story-wise, I believe. It was very long and very good. Final Fantasy VII was shorter, but still I enjoyed the storyline it had. So I really can't go either way. I think Final Fantasy VII was probably the biggest one that I liked. But Final Fantasy VI was so bloody epic. Well, it's not even funny. Gameplay-wise, that is tricky because I have a lot of games I like doing the gameplay on. Oh man, first-person shooters. I think a lot of people wouldn't peg me as a big FPS fan, but I gotta say the Wolfenstein series, whether it was 3D or all the way up to the recent one, I've always enjoyed all of the Wolfenstein game. The gameplay they offered has always been very fun to me. So I guess you could say the series itself was something I've enjoyed very much. What is your worst fear? Well, once again, I could probably break this question up into two things. Worst fear offline in my life, personal-wise? Oh, my worst fear would probably be losing somebody really close to me in a tragic way. I mean, sure, you could lose things by not having money, but at this point in my life, I don't even know if I care about money as much anymore as losing someone close in, say, like a tragic house fire or a tragic event or something like that. I think I could cope with losing items, but I don't know how I cope losing loved ones. Like, my worst fear online? Well, my worst fear online is basically this channel becoming nothing again. I try to keep up with what I can. I try to work as hard as I can with what I can with the time I have allowed. So I'm hoping that no matter what happens, I can always get something out to keep the viewers interested so we can have people coming back. And losing everything this channel's worked so hard for would be very depressing to say the least. So I hope that answers that question in its entirety. But yeah, I feel like it was one of those ones I could really break up. If you were to encounter a real-life monster, what would you do? Well, I think after playing and watching The Walking Dead, I think it's safe to say now I have at least a knife on me. So if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down fighting. I don't know what that says about me in that regard now. If a real-life zombie outbreak were to happen and your wife would get bitten, what would you do? Again, I think this goes back to The Walking Dead. It depends on the bite, really. If it's on a limb, then you can go ahead and just amputate the limb off depending upon how recent it was. If it's really recent, you may be able to get rid of it, but if it's not, then well, you're screwed. But if it's in a vital area and you can't do much, well, then you just gotta relish the time you have left with that person and do the hard thing that you gotta do. But other than that, I think The Walking Dead has taught us some very valuable life lessons here. Next question. Will you buy or play the Skyrim DLCs after finishing the main quest? What about the challenges or modding? Have you given them any thought? That's a pretty good question, really. I actually really haven't at this point. The DLCs I've heard about, and they do have some pretty good DLCs out there, but other than looking at them, I really haven't had that much thought in it this time. It's a definite possibility. I'm not going to say no, because it still exists. But other than that, I don't know at this current time. I mean, I've gotten my hand in so many different things. It's like I really haven't had a chance to sit down and give a yes or no answer. So I think I'm just going to leave that question open with a maybe at this time, and we'll see where it goes in the future. I gotta say, Skyrim is a pretty enjoyable game, and it makes me want to have gotten it earlier. Like, this is one of those games that I feel like would have been better off if I had gotten it when it originally came out. But I understand back then it also had a lot of bugs in it too, because it's Bethesda. Let's face it, it seems like Bethesda has a thing for bugs. Whether they like them or they just accidentally have them in the game, they're always going to be there in very large ways. Thank you for that, Bethesda. Have you checked out Magical Wizard Wars? No, I actually haven't. This is probably one of the first I've actually heard of it, other than reading the question. So, since then, this is the first I've heard of it. It's something I have to take a look in and see what that's all about. Next question. When will you continue to play Terraria? Now, this is a really good question that I think that's on a lot of viewers' minds, because a lot of people like the top 5 videos I've done. Plans to do another Terraria, I'd say, are probably within a week, maybe even less, just because I haven't been able to get my Xbox 360 up for recording, so the next step will probably be another survival round. So I may do that on the PC, of course. Like I said, within a week, maybe a little bit less, depending upon what comes up. I know a lot of you guys have, you enjoyed the videos, so I'll try to get them back out as soon as possible. We'll see. How was your Halloween? Well, my Halloween originally was to do a live stream, especially toward the evening hours. Maybe of something, it was supposed to be like a little with the season, a little bit spooky. That didn't work out because my job had other plans. Come to find out, somebody wanted to go out and have a party. Me, I had no choice in the matter. I had to work. That's the problem with having a job. It kind of sucked. I was really annoyed at first, but hey, you take it in stride, you suck it up, and you move on. So, my plans changed. I went to work. I guess you could say I was a disgruntled employee for Halloween. Will there be a Christmas content coming out in December? Now, I believe a year or two ago I did something. I tried to do a little bit of Christmassy feel. I think that's definitely within the realm of possibility. Maybe I'll have like a couple videos each week to highlight the Christmas spirit. I don't know. We'll see. But I do want to highlight the holiday like I did a few years back. So it's kind of cool to be able to do those things. I want to try to do it again this year, along with the video game giveaway. I don't know how this is going to turn out yet still because of what's on the current market and what titles I'll be able to afford. But you know what? It's going to be a thing. Does my wife like video games? She likes a lot of the older ones, especially the Mario series. It was something she was used to. Her and her brother had a Super Nintendo, and I think one of the biggest things they had growing up was probably Super Mario All-Stars. So that was something they really enjoyed. Other than that, I don't really see her doing much outside. I've tried getting her into PlayStation games. I actually bought her some PlayStation games. What was it? One of the few Christmases earlier on we spent. I got her Monopoly and a few other things. She enjoyed them. They're around here somewhere, as a matter of fact. But other than that, she wasn't really big into them, but she does enjoy them from time to time, whether it's something like Super Mario 3 or it's just something simple like Trivial Pursuit on the Nintendo Wii. Next question, why are you so awesome? Well, thank you, Bacon. I really appreciate that question. I don't know. I really don't know. Some people say that, in certain moods I can actually say some crazy shit. So that's kind of why I felt like maybe I could try YouTube and see where it goes. Of course, those moments really don't happen that much. Like, I can go really crazy, get pissed off, and say some wild stuff. Unfortunately, some of the games I've played really haven't pushed me to that point. Will it ever happen? It may. It really may. I may go on a tangent one day and just really cut loose and let all out. And Lord knows if I do that, I'll probably wind up getting in trouble with somebody. Hopefully I won't, but it's been known to happen. I've been known to shoot my mouth off in a very horrible way. So, we'll see what the future holds. Sometimes I don't always appear to be what I seem, I guess you could say. There's always more than meets the eye. Okay, I think that does it for all the questions. Thank you again to Backon Lazer for submitting those. And again, I may announce another AMA down the road. We can always do another one. Feel free to go ahead and shoot those questions out. If you have more questions, then maybe I can actually answer them now down in the comment section below. Let me know. Okay, guys, thank you for watching. Like I said, this takes the place of the channel update. We'll have another channel update next week, and so on and so forth. So have yourselves a wonderful day, and if not, then just simply fake it. And I'll see you again next time. Keep an eye out for The Walking Dead Season 2 gameplay coming out soon. A little bit later than normal, but we're getting it out there.